I'm Aslam Mullah and I'm a CCMA labor lawyer, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how to prepare for conciliation. What is conciliation? How does the process work, and what are the advantages of it? So let's get started. What is conciliation? Conciliation is a process to see if the case can be settled between the employer and the employee at the CCMA. It's an informal process and no evidence is led. How does conciliation work? In essence, you're going to sign in on the day of your conciliation hearing. You present yourself to the reception area and you indicate your name and the case that you're there for. The commissioner will then call out your case. You go to the conciliation room where conciliation is taking place, and the commissioner will then ask you and the opponent what the case is about. And if the case is settled, your commissioner will then draw up a settlement agreement which is binding on both parties. But if the case is not settled, it then proceeds to the next phase, which is arbitration. Arbitration is a more formal process which involves the leading of evidence between both parties. So we looked at what's conciliation, we looked at the process of conciliation. Let's look at how to prepare for conciliation. You need, before you go into a conciliation hearing, number one, you must know the strengths and weaknesses of your case. What is your case about? What makes it strong and what makes it weak? What are the challenging areas you need to overcome? Number two, you must know your evidence. Even though you're not leading evidence, you must have an idea of the evidence that you have in your case. And number three, you must have an idea of the settlement range in your case. What does that mean? It means what's your best case settlement and your absolute worst case that you're willing to accept. In other words, if it's compensation, your best could be 6 months salary and your worst could be 2 months. That's the minimum I'm willing to accept. That could be a bargaining range for you. So how to prepare for conciliation? Make sure you know your case, make sure you know your evidence, and make sure you know your settlement range. When you do that, you are more confident that if you don't get the outcome you want, you can then proceed straight to arbitration. Now that we've covered how to prepare, let's look at the advantages of settling at conciliation. The reason why I propose to clients to settle at conciliation is because the outcome is still in your hands. You still have the ability to settle the case. Once it goes to arbitration, that outcome is no longer in your hands. The commissioner then decides on the fate of your case. So while at conciliation, you can still decide the fate of your case. You may lose the case at arbitration, then you will get 0. So at conciliation, you might even walk away with 2 months. It's better than 0 at arbitration. You must consider that during the conciliation phase. How do you apply for conciliation? You fill in a 711 form, which is available on the CCMA website, and the CCMA will then notify you of your conciliation hearing, and then you will attend as I've discussed earlier. If you need help in your particular situation, you're more than welcome to click the link below and book an appointment with our office. I'll speak to you soon, and good luck.